Next in this series is the spirit of Pharaoh, and the spirit of Pharaoh still lives in our society today. Whether you like it or not, it dominates our society. Moses recorded in the book of Exodus 11 instances where God stated that he hardened the heart of Pharaoh. God did not cause Pharaoh to sin on this occasion. According to James 1:13, the Lord simply used the pride of Pharaoh's heart to accomplish his will. The book of Romans 9:17, the more we study each of these 11 cases, the easier it becomes to determine how God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Moses and Aaron first commanded Pharaoh to let God's people go at Exodus 5:1. Pharaoh responded by saying, "Who is Jehovah, that I should hearken to his voice, to let Israel go? I know not Jehovah, and moreover I will not let Israel go." Exodus 5:2. 7 plagues later, Moses and Aaron went into Pharaoh and said unto him, "Thus saith Jehovah, the God of Hebrews, how long will thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me." According to Exodus 10:3, Pharaoh's pride will not allow him to submit to the Lord's command. The conclusion is simple. God hardened Pharaoh's heart by way of commanding him to do something the king was not willing to do. Pharaoh was the king of a powerful empire. He was not going to be told what to do by anyone. Practical application. Many today are filled with the spirit of Pharaoh, in that their hearts are stout with pride. Proverbs 16:5. When the word of God commands them to discontinue a sin or exposes a practice to be sinful, they harden their hearts, as did Pharaoh. Though they may not proclaim, "Who is Jehovah, that I should obey his commands," their actions certainly make their spirit manifest. According to Matthew 7:16, Jesus used the same principle of hardening hearts by teaching in parables when the disciples of the Lord asked him why he taught in parables. The Lord told them that it was because many people's heart is waxed gross and their ears are dull of hearing. Matthew 13:10-15. It did not matter how many signs God showed Pharaoh. It did not matter how many signs Jesus showed the people during his days. They were not going to believe and obey. Luke 16:31. The very word of Jesus hardened their hearts because it demanded something the people were not willing to do, that is, obey God's commands. The Apostle John recorded, "But though he had done so many signs before them, yet they believed not on him, that the word of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spake the Lord, who had believed our report, and to whom had the arm of the Lord been revealed for this cause." They could not believe, for that Isaiah said again, "He had blinded their eyes, and he had hardened their heart, lest they should see with their eyes, and perceive with their heart, and should turn and should heal them." John 12:37-40. The spirit of Pharaoh lives today. Men and women who hear God's instruction yet reject his authoritative words, voluntarily harden their hearts against him. 1 Corinthians 1:18. Let us not get discouraged at the hard-hearted masses, but rather continue in faithful service to the Lord. Rest assured that God dwells with those who humble themselves before him and keep his commandments. Modern day Christianity is filled with the spirit of Pharaoh. "God, please fix this one for me. I am so sorry. I have sinned. Take away this terrible calamity." But behind all of these remorseful words is the intention of returning to normal life. There is no fear of the Lord. Yet, what Moses seizes in Pharaoh, we see in the church today. One prophetess I know called it the Jesus umbrella. Somehow, we think that Jesus is there to fix everything so that we can go on with our agendas. Moses warns us, there are many plagues still to come before you will humble yourself. To fear God is much more than asking forgiveness. It is to come to the place of utter surrender, where even possibility of following another path is sickening. It is to see only one agenda for life, and that agenda is not yours. It is to know, in the Hebrew sense of yada, with deep intimacy, that God is the absolute sovereign over everything I have, all that I do and all that I hope for. To fear God is not to ask for God's help to accomplish my desires. It is to sacrifice my desires for God's purpose, no matter what the cost is to come. Thank you. Shalom. Shalom.
Strong
Radio. KCR2. Kings One Radio. Kings One Radio. The station of the world, the station on top, the station of the heaven too. Kings One Radio. The station of the world, the station on top, the station of the heaven too. Kings One Radio. Kings One Radio. Kings One Radio. Kings One Radio.